Shalom Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. Zechariah chapter 9, verse 12. Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. Okay, so Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai is telling us to turn to the strongholds. What's the word strongholds? All right, goes into the word fortress. All right, it says, ye prisoners of hope, even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. All right, and just a quick synopsis on this chapter. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is telling us that he's going to raise us up. He told us that he took us down, and now he's going to raise us back up, man. All right, and Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is doing that through the 144,000 elect men. And what you had recently did a video about the ark. The ark is being built now, like Apostle Gabar had mentioned in the latest live stream they do on Saturdays. All right, of how Noah represented the elect. Okay, and Noah built a strong ark. And us, we are spiritually building that ark again. All right, building that ark which represents safety. All right, and that ark has to be strong. All right, and today it's, like I said, spiritually, so it represents our faith. All right, and we are stones. We are stones. All right, this is just to prove that. It's 1 Peter chapter 2. I thought it was 1 Peter's. Okay, maybe it's 2 Peter's. Where's that at, man? Two and 5, okay. Alright, so 1 Peter 2 and 5. It says, ye also, I'm going to start at 4. To whom coming as unto a living stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of God and precious. And best believe in his word we are disallowed indeed of men. Just as Noah was, man. He was scoffed at, all right, because he was essentially prophesying of the downfall and the destruction of the known world at that time, which we're doing today. All right, we're essentially prophesying against the downfall of this strength of Edomites, white supremacy, which are really the Edomites, all right, and Israelite supremacy, and the uplifting of Israelites, man, which are you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, so hey, that's spiritual. Disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of God and precious. So just because we're disallowed of men, bros, hey, man, we're disallowed indeed of men. We catch hell upon this place. And we're going to be catching hell until Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai comes back for us. It is also written that some of us shall be cast into prison. Some of us shall be beheaded. All right, but we're precious in the sight of the Lord. Okay? We are precious in the sight of the Lord, man. Yet also, as lively stones are built up a spiritual house in holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God by Yahweh Shai. Okay? So us as lively stones, all right? Us as lively stones, hey, we are that spiritual priesthood, man. Like I said, we're building that ark of salvation, man. The ark of salvation, the ark of safety, because what's coming upon this world is great death and destruction, man. And we say that, but the thing is, are you ready for it? Okay, are you ready for it? And that's the question that will be answered very soon. You know, that's a question that will be answered very soon through the spirit, man. You know, I've been getting a lot of dreams lately about martial law. All right, and through the spirit, you know, I feel like it's gonna come very, very soon, man. Just looking at, just looking at the sign of the times, and you know what I'm saying, the spirit that's on brothers. Okay, the spirit that's on the sheeple in the world. Hey, this thing is about to go down, man. You know, and I had brought the point out about us being stones, um, because hey, the Most High used stones, as we just read, to bring down strongholds, man. The Most High used stones to bring down strongholds. All right, and we're gonna get a few examples. All right, of the Most High Yahweh using stones to bring down strongholds. Now, this is let me see, was that Daniel's? Well, you know, I had the dictionary, so I want to grab that actually, because this is the dictionary, the Knave's Topical Dictionary, which like the brother in the main camp, the brother Shaman, I believe his name is. He was saying to get this, man, is hey, you know, the spirit had put on me to look up stones. All right, now it says stones, commandments engraved upon. All right, which is spiritual, because Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai put the spirit upon us to teach our people the laws, statutes, and commandments, which they don't know. The law of Moses written upon, houses built on, temple built on. All right, we just read that we are holy priesthoods, man. First Corinthians 3:16 also refers to us as temples, as houses. You know, it says prepared in the quarries, hewn, sawn, hewers of, city walls built on. You know, so that's beautiful, man. All represents what? Safety, because it's a city that is without like the scriptures say, he that have no rule over his spirit is as a city without walls, because anybody can come in and take it. You know, like America. America is known as the city without walls. All right, so those stones represent safety. Okay, and what else? You see, it's a bunch of different topics. All right, skill and throwing of Yahweh's rejection, the rejected cornerstone. You know, because Yahweh is also known as a cornerstone. This is precious in the breastplate and ephod. You know, so one thing I'm just skimming through it, as you can see, but one thing I had wanted to harp on was that yeah. Man, I was just looking at it, Salaki. Oh, symbolic of the kingdom of Yahweh Shai. So stones are symbolic for the kingdom of Yahweh Shai. All right, so as a point of the point I was making on how the Most High used stones to bring down strongholds. So this is Daniel 2:32. This image's head was of fine gold, and his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, going into the different ruling the different major ruling kingdoms throughout the years. All right, you had the Assyrians, which later became was taken over by the Babylonians, which the Babylonians were taken down by the Medo Persians. The Medo Persians were taken down by the Greeks. The Greeks were taken down by the Romans, in which the Romans are in this second leg known as America. All right. So it says, and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, and his feet part of iron and part of clay. So these are strong infrastructures, man. This is a strong, gold, iron, brass. These are strong metals. All right. It says, thou sawest till that stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image. So that stone, all right, smote that strong image, all right, because it became settled. You know what I'm saying? It became settled because, um, it basically it learned how to rule. So like I'm trying to, so like I'm trying to word it correctly, you know, but throughout the years, all right, of all these different kingdoms ruling, all right, which America, all right, like I said, which America is the final stage of that stone. They follow all the rulerships. You know what I'm saying? All the gods, all the deities, all the ways these ancient kingdoms did things. All right, and they're at this point now they're very very strong, man. You know, because strength, even when you go into I believe book James the 7th chapter, if I'm not mistaken, strength also can be determined out of their military might. All right, strength can also be determined out of their military might, and we know that America has a strong military, man. Okay, they have a very strong. The military is so strong that they're pumped, and speaking, talking, crap to the other nations, even Russia. So it says, thou sawest till that stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces. And what does the feet represent? The feet represents, hey, if you take out a person's feet, you take out their strength. All right, so America is the strength. All right, it's the combination of all these you know what I'm saying, of all these nations, of all these previous ruling nations. All right, but that stone took him out, man. That stone swept him off his feet. All right, that stone swept him off his feet. Another example I wanted to get and harp on was let me see. First Samuel 17. And 33. This is a well-known story when David took down Goliath. All right, so this is 1 Samuel 17 and 33. And Saul said to David, thou art not able to go against this Philistine to fight with him, for thou art but a youth, and he a man of war from his youth. Okay? And that's just like us, man. We are but youths, man. We're just waking up to who we are. Here it is. We're going against a strong empire, man. A strong empire who have, they learned the ways of war through previous empires, man. So you can say in essence that America, has been being, in process of being set up for a while. So it says, and David said unto Saul, thy servant, keep his father's sheep. And there came a lion and a bear and took a lamb out of the flock. And I went out after him and smote him and delivered him out of his mouth. And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard and smote him and slew him. Okay. So the servant David, was keen to look after the flock. All right. And any other strong, any other beast that represented power, he took them out. How much less or how much easier it would be to take this Philistine out. Okay. Here it is, us of Great Millstone, which that's spiritual too. Our name is Great Millstone. Here it is, we're fighting against principalities, we're fighting against demons, you know what I'm saying, in high places, you know. We fighting them through the spirit. We defeating them through the spirit. How much easier is it gonna be to take down Esau Edom? Okay? And I went out after him and smote him and delivered it out of his mouth. And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard and smote him and slew him. Thy servant slew both the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them, saying he hath defied the armies of the living power. David said, moreover, Yahweh hath delivered me out of the paw of the lion and out of the paw of the bear. He will deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine. And Saul said unto David, go, and Yahweh be with thee. All right. And it also made me think, as I'm reading this, how David was a special man, you know, because the rest of Israel was scared. The rest of Israel was scared of this so-called Philistine, this so-called giant, or this so-called God at that time, if you will. You know? But David had ultimate confidence that, look, the Lord been dealing with me for a minute. And just because I'm a youth, just because it may seem like, I haven't been through much, I've been through a lot. Little do you know. David said, moreover, Yahweh hath delivered me out of the paw, and this further proves that the Lord is with the underdog. Yahweh hath delivered me out of the paw of the lion and out of the paw of the bear. He will deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine. And Saul said unto David, go, and Yahweh be with thee. And Saul armed David with his armor, and he put an helmet of brass upon his head. Also he armed him with a coat of mail. Oh, okay, so that was a breastplate. I was wondering what the heck that was. So it says, and David girded his sword upon his armor, and he essayed to go, for he had not proved it. So he left the sword, man. And he left the sword that was came with the armor or whatever. And David put them off of him. He took his staff in his hand and chose him 5 smooth stones out of the brook, and put them in a shepherd's bag, which he had, even in a scrip, and his sling was in his hand, and drew near to the Philistine. And the Philistine came on and drew near unto David, and the man that bare the shield went before him. And when the Philistines looked about and saw David, he disdained him, for he was but a youth and ruddy, and of a fair countenance. And the Philistines said unto David, am I a dog that thou comest to me with staves? And the Philistine cursed David by his gods. Okay, and that's the same thing with us, man. Esau's trying to curse us with his false gods, man. With the demons that he worshiped, man. It says, and the Philistines said to David, come to me, and I will give thy flesh to the fowls of the air and the beasts of the field. So David wasn't scared at all, man. And he came with stones, man. Then said David to the Philistine, thou comest to me with a sword and with a spear and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of Yahweh. All right. That sound like a Jacob and Esau to me. One is lowly, don't have much, but he had the faith of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And I was more mightier than any man, any sword. Okay. So it says, then said David to the Philistine, thou comest to me with a sword and with a spear and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of Yahweh of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. This day will Yahweh deliver thee into mine hand, and I will smite thee and take thy head from thee, and I will give the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel. Okay, and we telling the people, look, the Lord is going to come back and deliver us, man. He's going to come back and fight for us, and he's doing it now through the Spirit, man. By us just putting his word out there, this is power, man. That's why apostles say, do the work, do the work, do the work, man. Because why, man? This is power. By us just, making these devils tremble You know what I'm saying? But us going out there every Saturday pushing this word out day in and day out, that's power. You know, and the Lord hears that, man. You know, that's what the scriptures say. Chronicles 7:14. If my people will come together and humble themselves and call unto me, then I will deliver them. Okay? So it says, this day will Yahweh deliver thee into mine hand, and I will smite thee and take thy head from thee, and I will give thee the carcasses of the hosts of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel, and all this assembly shall know that Yahweh saveth, not with sword and spear. Okay? So the Most High don't give a fuck about carnal swords and spears, man. He created them, man. But the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into our hands. All right? And peep this too. King David, he was somewhat of he was the leader at that point, man. You know, King Saul, appointed him basically the leader, all right, to fight for Israel, which the Lord was with, man. We're going to read down. And it came to pass when the Philistine arose and came and drew nigh to meet David, that David hasted and ran toward the army to meet the Philistine. And David put his hand in his bag and took thence a stone and slang it and smote the Philistine in his forehead, that the stone sunk into his forehead, and he fell upon his face to the earth. So David prevailed over the Philistine with a sling and with a stone, and smote the Philistine and slew him, but there was no sword in the hand of David. All right, and the Lord is destroying Esau without hand. The Lord is destroying Esau without hand, which is literally going to be physical. In the valley of Jehoshaphat, when they, these other nations come together to fight the Lord, that's going to be physical. But in the spiritual aspect, he's destroying this, this strong man of war with stones, man, which is us. We're the stones. All right. So this is why, had me thinking too, you can't really, bitch up and, when things not going your way or when you catching so much hell. The Lord is making us strong, man. And I had to think about that too, man. It's like, you get pissed off at the shit you got to go through. But at the same time, you want to be unmovable. You want to be, you want to be the one that the Lord uses to take this place out, man. But you can't do that if you're not strong. You're not strong in your mind. You're not strong in the spirit. Because David, he could have easily just, been like the other Israelites. But he believed in the Lord. He was strong in the mind, man. He remembered the Lord, man. Turn you to the strongholds, ye prisoners of hope. It says Old English. So this is the etymology of the word stone, by the way. It says Old English stand, use of common rocks, precious gems. All right, are not we precious to the Lord? We just read it, 1 Peter 2:5. Concretions in the body, memorial stones. All right, from Proto-Germanic stanes, source also of Old Norse stain, Danish sten, Old Saxon sten, Old Frisian sten, Dutch steen, Old High German stein. It's a suffix form of root, sty, stone, also to thicken, So the Most High wants to thicken our skin, man, by the stuff we go through. Stiffen. All right, them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Let's get that. All right, because ultimately that's what we're gonna, Lord's willing. That's us, man. All right, so it's hell, but we understand why we have to go through what we go through, man, because it's a humbling experience, man. First, it's for your iniquities, And the Most High has to prove you. You know what I'm saying? Is that second Ezra 2? So it says stiffen, right? Stone, stiffen. Let's look stiff. Alright, so this is second Ezra 2 and 45. He answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing, have put off the flesh, have put off fear, alright, and put on the immortal, have put on a spirit, man. Because even the scriptures in Wisdom of Solomon says fear is nothing more than the succors that reason offereth, than the forgetting of the succors that reason offereth. The Lord, hey, he pulled you out of that fire plenty of times before. You was laid off, you know what I'm saying? Your woman left you, and this shit might have happened at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Your car broke down, you was battling ailments in the body, whatever, man. The Lord delivered you out of that, so how much more now, man? And put on the immortal and have confessed the name of God, all right? The God of Sabaoth, man, the God of armies, man. Now are they crowned and received palms. And guess what? To this day, guess who I best believe the Lord, even if you don't read the Bible, guess what? You know of the David and Goliath story. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I to greatly commend them that stood so stiffly. All right, greatly commend who? The stones that stood so stiffly, those lively stones that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Then the angel said unto me, go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy power thou hast seen. Okay. Last one, Revelations. We all know this one. 18 and 20. It says, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, which another word for sea is the world. All right, and we're creating ripples throughout the world, man. By us pushing this word out, best believe is because we're pushing this word out, is more hell coming upon this earth. Best believe that. All right, and the scriptures even say that, man. Revelation 7, hurt not the earth nor the sea. All right, to the 144,000 be sealed, but the 144,000 the scriptures also speak about in that same chapter, Revelation 7, how they would come out of every nation upon the earth, man. So guess what? This word is, being sent off. The scriptures also say that when the Lord sent out the word, it don't come back to him void, but it'll accomplish to where that which he sent it, man. All right, so it says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more. All right, and then it's just going to be memorial of what not to be. All right, this place is going to be a memorial of what not to be, and a memorial of the works of the elect, man. Hey, so with that, remember, man, Most High is trying to make you a stone, man. Don't fight that. Hey, so with that, shalom to the elect.